Zombie's time, breaking down the stories every view will unwind. From left to right we'll see the light. It's balance, we're chasing, no fighters fight. Good is still beats, walking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Good is still beats here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Good is still be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. So be the combos you need. The combos you need. Insights, it's on the screen. Curtis, I'll be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. I'll be the convo's unique. Curtis, I'll be talking it straight. Let's hear both sides, let's communicate. Politics and reason, let's find the truth. Curtis, I'll be here to bridge it for you. Debates, insights, it's all on the screen. Curtis, I'll be keeping it keen. Hit subscribe, stay a while, let's dive in deep with Curtis. So be the combos you need. The combos you need. The combos you need.
Hail and well met. It is I, Curtis Selby, your tired midnight blogger. What blogs in this case? At 1:17 p.m. I'm trying to stream to 3 different locations, and I am not sure that it's working. So please let me know if you can hear me or not. I'm on the Green Machine. I'm on my old channel, and I hope I'm on my new channel as well. But we are here for the episode May the 25th of The Voice of Northern Oklahoma and Zombies. Yeah, I will get to that momentarily. In the meanwhile, let's say hello to those people in the chat right now. We've got on the Green Machine. They call him John Ponterero. And it looks like that's it. Okay, well, I am definitely doing well. I have a poll set up. The poll is, do you have a plan for the zombie apocalypse? Yes, no, brains, send more cops. Extra points to anyone who gets that joke. Looks like somebody has voted yes, somebody has voted no. So we have a 50-50 shot of surviving the zombie apocalypse, or at least a 50-50 shot of having a plan to survive the zombie apocalypse. And ahoy, accounting sheep. I do indeed see somebody is on my old channel, I think. I think that the stream is not working on the new one, and I don't know why. But if anyone happens to be able to go over there, just let me know, and let me know if it's actually doing anything. Kind of thinking it probably isn't, and that bugs me because I followed the instructions. It's not this streaming on the new one. Well, okay, very well. Okay, Sarah. Let's start with we shall start with the boring things and get to the more exciting things. Today is Memorial Day Sunday, tomorrow being, of course, the actual day. And here in northern Oklahoma, we're looking at weekend storms threatening millions millions in the plains south with large hail, hurricane-force wind gusts. This according to Fox Weather. We all know that Fox lies all the time, so probably we're going to have bright, sunshiny days, even though there are storm clouds outside at the moment. And there was a fair amount of rain, a little bit of rain this morning. Anyway, Oklahoma City, which is all that really matters in Oklahoma anyway, is reporting that outdoor plans from the plains to the southeast and mid-Atlantic could be in jeopardy. I lost on Jeopardy, baby. Ooh. Through the rest of Memorial Day weekend, as a slow-moving storm system threatens millions with rounds of torrential rain and severe weather. And then we have a link here saying how to watch Fox weather. I would assume that you just have to click the link. Sunday's threats come after parts of the same regions were slammed, which actually they were. I shouldn't make light of it. With severe thunderstorms and flooding on Saturday, with damage to buildings reported in Oklahoma, water rescues in Missouri, and storms tearing across communities in Florida. We don't care about any of these people. They voted red. Storms have already been rolling across parts of the Central Plains early Sunday morning, and numerous severe thunderstorm warnings and flash flood warnings, this has nothing to do with the DC universe, have been issued in parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. About 59 million people. That's a lot of people for out here. I'm pretty sure Oklahoma doesn't even have close to that. From the plains to the southeast, we'll be at risk of seeing severe weather on Sunday. However, NOAA's Storm Prediction Center has decided to build an ark, says God told them so, and you will all be crying when they're floating and laughing at you. I'm sorry, it's a different NOAA. Has placed more than 5.6 million people in 2 parts of the U.S. in a level 3 out of 5 risk on its 5-point severe thunderstorm risk scale. The first area of concern is located over the southern plains and includes cities such as OKC, Norman in Oklahoma, as well as Lubbock and Abilene in Texas. The second area of concern is located over portions of the Mississippi Valley. Cities at risk include Pine Bluff in Arkansas, Memphis in Tennessee, and Tupelo in Mississippi. Over 16 million people have been placed. You're not going to get weather coverage like this anywhere else. All other weathermen actually act like they have respect for your life. So come here if you want me to mispronounce your town and act like I'm having fun while people are in jeopardy. Over 16 million people have been placed in a level 2 out of 5 threat, including cities like the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas and Tulsa in Oklahoma. The SPC said some supercell thunderstorms could develop on Sunday. Those storms could produce very large hail, hurricane-force wind gusts, and even some tornadoes. All joking aside, yes, this could be a serious deal, so keep your ears toward the radio. I am so freaking tired of Discord. People just are constantly beep, 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 beep. I'm trying to delete it because I've had enough. It's not that I don't love the people on Discord. I'm just tired of the constant notifications. Flooding is also a concern. There have already been numerous flash flood warnings issued across 3 states. NOAA's Weather Prediction Center highlighted portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas with the threat where the threat is higher and placed those areas in a level 3 out of 4. Because 3 out of 4 is bad. A level 2 out of 4 threat stretches across portions of 9 other states from the plains to the southeast. Elsewhere across the U.S., the weather is looking like it will cooperate in regard to outdoor plans to usher in the unofficial start of summer. I can see you. Your brown skin shining in the sun, and I can't sing now, but I'm trying to sing about the boys of summer have gone. The Fox Forecast Center expects abundant sunshine across the Northeast, Great Lakes, and West on Sunday. On Memorial Day, the threat of severe weather will return across the central and southern plains. Meanwhile, the northern plains, Great Lakes, and Northeast will be chilly but sunny. Chilly but sunny. Interesting combination. The heat will crank up in the west. Imagine that, with forecasts. High temperatures in the 80s, 90s, maybe even some hundreds in the desert southwest. So there it is. If you're in any of these aforementioned states, be aware of your weather. All jokes aside, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, Florida, all these red voting states that deserve this terrible stuff and probably caused it all with global warming. It's be aware of your weather. So that's, to me, I think, the top story of the day here. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Probably lots of people going, Curtis, you dumb blankety blank, quit making fun of people in danger. Sci-Fi Mombi, hail and well met, and you are very welcome here. I'm glad to see you. I actually finally got to make one of the Muppet things. I felt so proud of myself. Please check her out. She's not in that way. Don't get me like in trouble here, but you know, check out her channel, watch some of her content, join her on a watch party. She's good people, just like about everybody in this chat right now. Also, Counting Sheep, please check out his stuff. He's got some wunderbar. I'm having a senior moment. He's got good stuff. And it's good. It's good stuff. And I've listened to the good stuff. He's got good parodies. He has a project. I don't know if he's published it yet, so I don't know if I should talk about it. But he shared a project with me that is really, really cool. So I'm hoping that if he hasn't published it, he publishes it soon. Yes, I'm a bad person. DJ Play Nice, salute to thee. And you got that naked Leonardo da Vinci guy rocking and rolling. God bless you. I'm glad to see you. Accounting Sheep, there's a wonderful mute button on those Discord notifications. Yeah, and I need to find it because it's really driving me nuts. Again, love the people. There's only one person that's really exasperated. I mean, really exasperated me. And that person got an ignore, but like Charlotte and you and all those other wonderful people. I love everybody, but it's like driving me freaking nuts hearing the constant beeps. PvP turned on the Curse channel and got the weather channel instead. Well, I will say this, since I can't get beautiful women to do the weather naked, I do the best I can. I got the next most entertaining thing I could do. You know, I got a idealized vision of my face. I don't think you can see it except on Rumble. I don't know, but this picture actually has me firing pistols at zombies. But I hope I didn't put that as the thumbnail for YouTube, because YouTube will get really upset. They don't like guns. Guns bad. Sci-Fi Mombi is not welcome here. Oh no, I'm just teasing. Hell, I don't know what I'm saying. If I knew what I was saying, do you think I'd be here? If I knew what I was saying, YouTube probably would have monetized me by now and not said I was harmful and bad. Let's see. What else? Oh, PvP also has some spiffy content, so please check him out. As long as you do not do the weather naked, I'm good. Yeah, I'm not. If I thought I could get money from people to pay me to keep my clothes on, I might try that. But likely they would just, mute me or throw me in prison or something. Sci-Fi Mombi wishes she was monetized. She's just being patient. And that may have been my problem. Maybe I was too impatient. But yeah, I'm kind of mad at them for not working with me a little bit better. That's why I'm on Rumble as well, which I hope is working. I think it's working. It looks like it's working. All right. So 2 out of 3. I got 2 out of 3, and that ain't bad. I need an OnlyFans channel. you can believe me or not, I have gone to some interesting sites, but I've never gone to the OnlyFans sites, and I don't intend to. I just don't. I'm just not that desperate. So, Sci-Fi Mombi, we're almost there in the home stretch. Yeah, go to Sci-Fi Mombi. Give her some hours. Sub to her if you have not. Get her there. If I can't be there, she should be there. And if I ever get there, woe the day and fear everything. So while on the Voice of Northern Oklahoma, I try to be either unpolitical or politically neutral, I did think I would report on this news, but I will not give my opinion on it. Although I'm reading an opinion analysis, because that's just how good I am. SCOTUS blog talks about the split Supreme Court blocks first religious charter school in Oklahoma. So while I'm not going to tell you what I think about it or how you should think about it, because hopefully I'm not ever really telling you how to think, that's never my intent, let me know in the chat what you think about this. Really cool statue here. I like it. The court heard Oklahoma statewide charter school board versus Drummond in April. And they finally came out with a kind of a ruling. The Supreme Court on Thursday morning left in place a ruling by the Oklahoma Supreme Court rejecting an effort by a Catholic virtual charter school to become the country's first religious charter school. In an unsigned one-sentence order, the justices indicated that with Justice Amy Coney Barrett recused from the case, they had a divided ruling of 4-4. The order did not indicate how any of the justices voted. That tie means the state Supreme Court's opinion remains good law, although it is binding only in Oklahoma and does not have nationwide effect. Barrett did not state why she did not participate in the case. I am going to comment on this. I thought maybe she was Catholic, but maybe not. Maybe there's some other reason. Anyway, the charter school was represented at the Supreme Court by the Religious Liberty Clinic at Notre Dame's law school, where, and if Whiskey Flats was here, he'd be going, Notre Dame, yeah! Where Barrett taught for 15 years before becoming a federal judge and later a justice. And Nicole Stell Garnett, who is a law professor at Notre Dame and a leading advocate for allowing the use of public funds at religious schools, is a close friend of Barrett's. Barrett is a godmother. She's a godmother. She's going to make you an offer you can't refuse. To one of Garnett's children. Okay, so there's some kind of family thing going on here. So that makes sense. Makes sense she would recuse herself. The dispute began in 2023 when Oklahoma's Charter School Board approved an application by the Archdiocese of Oklahoma City and the Diocese of Tulsa to create a virtual Catholic charter school, St. Isidore of Seville. I'm St. Isidore of Seville. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro. My son used to love it when I did that bit. Named after the patron saint of the internet. Nobody ever told me this. Sci-Fi Mommy, why didn't you tell me there's a saint of the internet? I thought this was your job. The school was intended to be an explicitly religious one that would participate in the evangelizing mission of the church. The school's contract with the charter school board specifically allowed the school to freely exercise its religious beliefs. Drummond, Oklahoma's Republican Attorney General, went to the state Supreme Court asking it to invalidate the charter school board's contract with St. Isidore. I guess he doesn't like the internet. Okay, fine. I can still make jokes, right? Come on, at least throw me that bone. The state Supreme Court granted that request because St. Isidore is a public school. It concluded state laws require it to be non-sectarian. That mandate, it added, is consistent with both the state and federal constitution, which bar the state from, quote, using public money for the establishment of a religious institution, unquote. The school and the charter school board came to the Supreme Court last fall asking the justices to take up their case and reverse the state court's ruling. Since 2017, the justices have sided with parents and religious institutions in 3 challenges to state policies that barred them from receiving education-related funds that were available for secular but not religious recipients. First, they ruled that Missouri violated the Constitution when it barred a church preschool from a state-run program to resurface its playground. In 2020, they ruled that Montana could not exclude religious schools from a tax-exempt credit program used to provide funding for children to attend private schools. And in 2022, they invalidated a Maine policy that allowed public funds to be used to pay tuition at non-sectarian schools, but not at religious schools. Again, not giving my opinion. This is just what happened. At the April 30 oral argument, several of the justices, including critically Chief Justice John Roberts, suggested that the charter school case was different from the trio of cases in which the court had ruled against the state. Those cases, Roberts suggested, quote, involved fairly discrete state involvement, unquote, while the state's involvement in the operation of a Catholic virtual charter school would be, quote, a much more comprehensive involvement, unquote. The justices also seemed concerned about what the impact of a ruling either for or against the state might be. On the one hand, Justice Elena Kagan warned a ruling for the charter school board might require a state to approve a religious school whose curriculum bears little resemblance to a traditional public school. On the other hand, Justice Brett Kavanaugh expressed concern that upholding the Oklahoma Supreme Court's opinion could mean that other faith-based services like Catholic social services or Catholic charities would also be deemed government entities that are unable to exercise their religion. So it's a two dual-edged sword, whichever side you're on. Again, I'm not trying to side either way. I'm just saying that there's definitely 2 sides to this. After more than 2 hours of debate last month, the justices appeared divided. Yeah, I think 4-4 seems divided to me. Thursday's order confirmed that with Barrett not participating, they were unable to 5-5 votes for either outcome. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Boy, you guys are rocking. I've been just reading away like a big old dodo head. Okay, Sci-Fi Mombi is confirming what I had thought. It's because she's Catholic. Suzanne, meet you all the way. Ba-da-da. Susanna, yeah. You know, I still think that your picture looks like you're wearing one of those Star Trek uniforms from, I can't remember which season, or series, but that's just so everyone else knows. She let me know. It's not a Star Trek uniform. She's still cool, whether she's in a Star Trek uniform or just in normal, everyday, spiffy clothes. Yes. PvP saying hello, and Gorilla's censored thoughts. Getting his claim to fame once again. I swear, I think you get censored more on my channel, and I don't get it because I just don't get it. Anyway, because I promise I don't censor. I have yet to even block anybody on my channel, let alone censor. But Gorilla Censored Thoughts, ducking YouTube. What I said wasn't bad at all. Sci-Fi Mommy, never heard that. Fascinating. I can hear Sci-Fi now. Fascinating. With kind of a Spock air about her, the Spock ears and stuff. See, Sci-Fi Mommy. Okay, so Suzanne needs to be wearing a Star Trek uniform, and Sci-Fi Mombi needs to be wearing an Orville uniform. Gorillas needs to be in an actual gorilla outfit. And he's going to tell us what he said. But he has to do it in slow motion because YouTube is a big censoring bunch of dodo heads. John Ponderero is a recliner. Kapla, I'll be lurking as I go to The Milanese, because they are there. Okay, I see. I think. Gorillas. Apparently, I can't say. What? Is it war? We're not allowed to say war anymore? I get we shouldn't be asking for war or declaring war, but we should be able to say the word. Of course. War with the Greeks. Okay. We're not allowed to say war with the Greeks. Well, I guess that's good to know. War with the Greeks, war with the Greeks, war with the Greeks, war with the Greeks. We declared war with the Greeks, and now YouTube hates us. Yeah, where else do you get news with badly sung, mutilated Christmas carols about war with the Greeks? You won't get that anywhere else. You know, Sci-Fi Mommy's got a great channel, but you won't get mutilated Christmas carols about war with the Greeks. No, you'll only get that here on the whatever the heck channel I'm on. Hail, Connie Cleary, greetings. We'll rewatch later tonight and waiting for K, whatever K is. Oh, that's right, you're at a wedding in a church. Connie, I always cry at weddings. You can't tell me this stuff while I'm streaming. It's so sad. Oh, I mean, it's such a happy occasion. I'm so happy for them. His life is over. Okay. D. Penzak. Hello. Is it this stream you're looking for? I don't quite have the voice for that song anymore. Gorilla's incoherent thoughts. Right now it sounds like Curtis's incoherent thoughts. Oh yes, John. War, good God, y'all, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. And I'm gonna get a lot of strikes on this one. Okay, PvP, you try and navigate YouTube censors when they censor every other one of your chats. Right on. It does get hard to sound coherent when you're trying to dance over the freaking minds of YouTube. Sci-fi. April, that's beautiful. I will always cry at weddings. Oh, cut the vapors. Beverly Hillbillies. PvP. Sorry, Gorilla, didn't mean to touch a raw nerve. And PvP, it's so bad, I had to change my name. Gorillas hate censorship so bad, he had to change his name. Which I actually kind of think that's cool. PvP's chats never get censored. I'm going to assume it's because YouTube has the good taste to love that painting. It's so busy looking at that painting that you've made there that they're completely ignoring everything that you say. So everything you say gets through. Whereas gorillas, YouTube's looking at this gorilla and is scared and is therefore looking for reasons to censor it. And then even though I never do my face on the channel, YouTube knows how ugly I am. So they're just like, oh no, he's right out. We won't censor him, but monetization is right out. Monetization is for pretty people. Gorilla Censor Thought says he's crying is acceptable because your friend joins the club of being miserable like the rest of us. Hey, I'm no longer married. I'm single, happy, footloose, and fancy free. I got to admit this. I don't suggest people end their marriages. But I am going to say that when it's bad enough, when there's abuse, when there's weird psychological head games and the other person just won't stop it, sometimes it's better. It's better to be single and alone than to be putting up with crazy. I'm just saying. I have regretted it for exactly 0 moments since I left. I miss my son. But that's believe it or not, that's a different issue. PvP, I don't know why. I say some crazy crap too. I told you it's because YouTube likes your painting. Jeez, foot. And howdy stream elements. Yeah, I keep promising to fix that and I never do. Hey, at least I'm promoting one cool creator on my stream elements. Okay. So yes, I get 99 of 100 things wrong, but I get one thing right. So, give me a break. So I'm almost certain that the reason y'all are here, not because of Oklahoma's weather, not because of Oklahoma doing weird Supreme Court needing decision-making stuff. You're here for the zombie apocalypse. I hope I can do this justice. Final justice. Yeah. Do I want to do full screen on this? I may have to. All right. Here we go. Channel 9. The epitome of journalism. Second only to the tired blogger what blogs at random times and almost never at midnight. On May the 23rd at 7:08 a.m. in a fit of insanity that I am going to exploit because I'm just that kind of a person. And let me know if you can see this, hopefully, because I'm meaning to share this page. But zombie outbreak, Oklahoma City ranks among top U.S. cities to escape the undead. So if you ever needed a reason why you need to either move or at least visit Oklahoma in case of a zombie apocalypse, we're the place to be. Oklahoma's a great state if it weren't for all the dang redneck zombies. With The Last of Us Season 2 back on our screens, many are asking the age-old question, how long could you survive in a zombie apocalypse? I would survive quite a long time because the zombies are looking for brains. Excavator Parts Direct, a leading aftermarket parts supplier for construction and industrial machinery, did a study. They did a study. I don't know how you would do a study on this, but they did a study ranking 20 of the most populous U.S. cities for how easy it would be to escape in the event of a zombie apocalypse. And Oklahoma City ranked third best. Yeah, suck it, you non-ranking populous cities. Ha! The rankings are based on these criteria: road conditions, distance to rural areas, population and traffic density, number of gas stations, walkability, and car ownership rates. I'm kind of surprised they didn't include gun ownership rates, but that's probably, we probably don't need to discuss that. YouTube doesn't like that word either. Gun, 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 gun. According to the findings, Oklahoma City ranks third for having both a low population density with just 1,123 people per square mile and minimal traffic congestion, which saddens me because I know how congested their traffic does get. But anyway, it's an average level of only 16%, which is evidently enough to drive your tired blogger out of his mind. Despite its large land area of 606.2 square miles, yeah, land-wise, it's a big city. It's a big city. The city offers easy access to surrounding rural regions, making it ideal for those looking to distance themselves from densely populated zones. Nearby escape destinations include Lake Thunderbird, which is known for its anti-zombie effects, located 35 miles away, and Glen Collins Memorial Park, known for its the presence of high-ranking clerics who can turn the undead, just 31 miles from the city center. If you're curious how other cities across the United States compare to Oklahoma City, you should know that nothing compares to Oklahoma City. All of the other cities are just big piles of poop. Okay, at least if you ask OKC residents, that's what you'll get. Here's the top 20 list along with their survivability rates. Y'all let me know in the chat if any of these cities are near you or if you are just doomed. Fort Worth got the top score. So if you're in Fort Worth, I don't know what the score means, but you have a 74 out of 100. I don't know if that means you got a 74% chance or if it's just an arbitrary number that was picked by a monkey. I mean, I know they had criteria, but I'm still trying to figure out how in the world do you measure this. San Diego was ranked number 2. So good for them. They're 66 out of 43, or out of 100, I mean. 66.43. Oklahoma City ranked 3rd. It came in at 62.86. So we get a D, which is still the 3rd best. Jacksonville came in at number 4, Phoenix at number 5, San Antonio at number 6, Dallas at 7, Austin at 8. You finally drop into the 59 score with Indianapolis at number 9, Columbus. Oh, those Ohioans, whatever they are, they're more than half of them will escape the zombies if they're in Columbus. Charlotte, not to be confused with Night Star the werewolf, 56. San Jose ranks at 55. Houston, not to be confused with the detective Matt Houston, and I'll bet none of you remember him. I thought he was so cool. That car, that mustache, all the babes. And he had that curly, weird early 80s hair. I hoped I'd grow up to have that, and I grew up bald instead. God hates me. Anyway, Houston, 51.43. Denver, so Colorado, everyone will be so stoned that they'll evidently not have brains enough for the zombies to attack. I know, I'm an insulting bastard. 51.43 Seattle, 46.43. It's so wet there that the zombies will just sink into mud puddles. Either that or sparkly vampires will save you from them. Philadelphia, considering the circumstances, I'd rather be in Philadelphia, 43.57. I think they have like magical Rocky Balboas that will emerge from the statues and beat the crap out of zombies that come and attack. Chicago, so Troy Pacelli has a lot of anti-zombie paraphernalia. So if you're in Chicago, 41.43. So, which tells me that we're getting to the point where the majority of people are actually getting killed by the zombies. New York City. Do not come to me if your pecani sauce is made in New York City, but you guys rank 18th for survivability against zombies. I would like to know what the bad cities are. We need to make a movie about it. San Francisco, open your golden gate. We won't let zombies wait outside our door. 35.71. And Los Angeles, where you would think Lucifer would protect you from the zombies. Evidently, he will a little bit. They rank 20th with a score of 31.43. So the whole reason you listened to all this right there, let me know in the chat. Are you near one of these cities or are you just screwed? If you are just screwed, I have some really cheap oceanfront property in Arizona that I think probably could be put on the 21st rank. Sci-Fi Mommy is saying Tisvum for the Stream Elements shout out. Oh, thank you. Yes, you're very welcome. You're the one that helped me set up my Stream Elements, and I have played with it some since then, but evidently not to very much good account, because all it seems to have accomplished was to cause gorillas to be censored more. I don't know. PvP, the only great head games is Foreigner's album. Right on. He also says, now I'm thinking of the zombie version of the musical Oklahoma. I'd pay money to see that. See, this is what I thought about the musical Oklahoma. All of the opportunities it's got for zombies. If Pride and Prejudice and zombies can make it, if Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter can make it, we need Oklahoma zombies. We need it to be a thing. We just do. John Ponderera, it's because Stallone is in Tulsa. Zombies don't want no part of that. Right. Sci-fi. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains, where the waving wheat sure smells sweet when the wind comes right after the rain. I know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. That's all I'm going to do. Words and pictures. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Well, let's see what he's got to say. Thank you for being here and for the kind comment. I have a technical question. Are they Japanese zombies controlled by a wizard? Romero zombies, voodoo zombies, fast zombies, bioengineered zombies, cursed zombies? Maybe it doesn't matter. I think the arbitrariness of the study kind of makes me question it. Also, it sounded like this was done by a business. How do they have the extra money to do a study? I don't know. I don't know. It sounds like something that me and my old tech buddies would have done just on a lark. Maybe that's the $1 million idea. We could do our own zombie evaluations for cities. We could get grants and stuff from the government and come out with our studies of how we're going to prevent the zombie apocalypse. PvP. The zombies were a great British invasion band. Right on. It's the time of the season for zombies. Yeah, YouTube, they're going to ding me even for making weird noises. Sci-fi Mombies not near any of those cities. Huzzah! Well, what's the nearest one to you? John Ponerero's not near any of them. Oklahoma Zombies in 3D. Yes, you know, one of the funnest things I ever did was I watched a version of Oklahoma with my son right before he had his heart failure. I watched a version of Oklahoma with, oh crap, I'm having a senior moment, with Wolverine, with Jean Valjean. I hate senior moments. Anyway, that actor who's really awesome and cool. I could see him breaking out in the middle of Oklahoma into full Wolverine and just carving up zombies all over the place. I think this is something we should make happen. I don't know who we need to talk to. And of course, we can't do Wolverine. We couldn't even Hugh Jackman. We couldn't even afford Hugh Jackman, but maybe we could talk him into it for like a small something, and we could maybe change the character so it's not really Wolverine, so we're not really violating copyright. And Oklahoma, where zombies come sweeping through the plains, where their howling shriek can sure smell sweet, where their decayence is in the rain. You'll never see Oklahoma the same way again. PvP, She's Not There is a great zombie song. DJ Play Nice was in a production of Oklahoma. That's so cool. My brother was too, but it was a version with almost all the music taken out. So, but yeah, he played Curly. Me, I played the Canterville Ghost. So oddly enough, I'm the one that played an undead thing. And if only we'd known how life was going to go. Train to Busan is my favorite zombie film. I've not seen that one. DJ Play Nice, when we say yow, yippee yo, you know you're saying you're doing fine. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, OKLAHOMA. Copyright strike. Even though Oklahoma has been given rights by Rodgers and Hammerstein to use the song for developmental purposes, but I'm sure I don't count as Oklahoma. Imagine that. Jump Rare loves that one too. PvP, lots of cool 60s groups don't seem to get the respect they deserve. It is just fun to sing, isn't it? Oklahoma City being in southwest Missouri, although I lived through zombie apocalypse being half mom, half zombie. Yeah, Mombi is, Mombi was like a weird part witch, part, I always saw her as a part witch, part zombie kind of thing. Sell your soul to Disney, then you can have Hugh Jackman till he's 90. Yeah. Well, my soul, I thought I'd sold it to Satan years ago, but it turned out that I'd sold it to a guy named Stan Buttram, and now it's in a big hedge fund that's invested in high portfolio souls. I have no idea how I'm ever going to get it back. And yeah, I stole that joke from MST3K. PvP, I think the 60s, 70s had the best bands. Nice to see some younger folks on YouTube checking out the classic bands. There was a woman I was dating some years back. Her daughter, what gave me hope for the future was her daughter and her friends were all they weren't like my generation. They weren't like, oh, our parents' music sucks. They listened to 80s and 70s and more than they did to this modern stuff. So it warmed my heart and gave me hope. Let's see. PvP says it's a great zombie film, Curtis. I'm not even a huge zombie fan. Film is incredible. It's a South Korean film and really scary. Очень интересно. That is very, very cool. Well, something I haven't done today. Part of the point of the Voice of Northern Oklahoma is I'm trying to practice so that I can start getting advertisements from local people. I need to actually start hitting up some people, but I do have a couple of paying customers. So let us go and advertise for them. I will try not to make it boring. So those of you who are on here, yes, I have sold my soul. I am a blatant capitalist. Oh, sorry. Train to Busan. Pretty damn good. All righty. Let's go to the internet. I had all this ready, and then I didn't get the advertisements ready. See, that's why I just keep practicing, because I have this darn learning curve. Canines. I hate when I have senior moments. They really suck and they make me sad. Let's see if Facebook will work well today. I've been playing with it and basically getting it to understand that I'm not a robot. Beep, beep. I do need to figure out how to do a hog report, because it's hard to be a seriously taken Oklahoma thing without a hog report. One of my paid sponsors here is Canada's Canines at Whiskey Flats. They breed Great Danes and Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. Those puppies come with AKC regs and vet records. And even if you don't need a dog, you need to just look at their site because these puppies are so adorable. Look at their little doggy faces. You just want to kiss their noses and scratch them between the ears. They're just adorable. These are not a puppy mill. This is a good, solid Oklahoma family, good, loving couple who the kids are all grown, so they raise puppies. They vet the people. They make sure that the pups are going to good, loving homes. Here's one of the Great Danes. This is one that is not for sale, but I always have a senior moment for some reason when I'm reporting this. He's famous. Seamus was the kind of the patriarch, but he passed away recently. This is one of his sons. Gary calls him Blue. So that dog's not for sale, but you get a good idea of what their Great Danes are like. They're great, big, noble, lovable. They wouldn't hurt a flea, but they're intimidating as heck because they're big. And then look at these little puppies. They're just the cutest things ever. All right, let us share how you can contact these wonderful people and maybe get a puppy if you ever want one. They can be reached at 580-628-1674. That number again is 580-628-1674. And you can also reach them on the internet at Sonja Kennedy, which always reminds me of Red Sonja, which I probably don't want to go too far into that thought process. But just imagine Red Sonja standing over a puppy, her sword bared and ready, but willing to put down the sword if you'll be good to the puppy and pay them and all that stuff. So Sonja Kennedy, that's SONJACANADAY. We can make a song out of it. SONJACANADAY at yahoo.com. Yeah, they still use a yahoo.com. Deal with it. Sonja Kennedy at yahoo.com. And just because I can, let's go. Let's see if I'm smart enough to do this. YouTube. I don't know why. I looked up this song 5 years ago, and YouTube still thinks it needs to go straight there. I haven't figured out why. While I do love this song, I don't really need to look it up every single time. Whiskey Flats. Gary Trains. It's hasn't gotten up to the first thing yet, but he has been producing some YouTube content. I should probably bookmarked him. Whiskey Flats, where are you at? I wanted to show you the puppies. They're so cute. Here he is. Whiskey Flats. Whiskey Flats, Gary Trains. He also does some garden railroading and stuff. I'm going to put him in the chat, maybe, if I'm smart enough to do that. There we go. Please feel free sub to him. New creator, learning the ropes. He's really good with photography, so he's got a heads up on that, but he's still new to actually making the videos and stuff. I want a video of a cute puppy. Here's Gary. He's about like 6'3". All the ladies always liked him. I'm not jealous at all. Okay, this has got a puppy. Let's see what the puppy does. Look at that little puppy. That little puppy. He's like,
what do you think, little girl?
And there's the waggy tail. I love dogs. Dogs are the best. Hamish the Great. That's what the dog's name is. Here, let's take a look at Hamish the Great. I'm gonna mute that though. I don't need the YouTube strike. It's funny to me that you can do a short with music and you don't get a YouTube strike, but if you have it on live stream and get a strike. I don't get it. That is Hamish the Great. He's about not quite a year old, I think. I know some of his Great Danes, like famous Seamus, had to have been about close to 6 feet long. It was a huge dog. But he was a beautiful, gentle giant. So there you go. Dogs. So where else are you going to get news, zombie apocalypse, and puppies? All in the same stream. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. Let's see. And I probably need to call this a stream pretty soon. PvP capitalism may not be perfect. It's far better than the alternatives. I say amen to that. Again, I am trying to keep my streams non-political, but just going to say that's kind of where I stand. I'm not a laissez-faire capitalist, but I do prefer it to certain alternatives. Yes, grain futures. We need hog and grain futures to be a real Oklahoma thing. Words and pictures. Red Sonja standing over a puppy. I think I saw that film in the 90s. Yeah, wasn't it a Roger Corman film? It should have been. Well, let's see here. Let's do one more for the road. Senior moments suck. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Ha ha! Here we go. One of my other paid sponsors. Why did it do that? That makes no sense. Sometimes computers make me sad. But I still love the computers. I do not want them angry with me when they take over the world. Okay, Tonkawa General Hardware. These are wonderful people. They make hydraulic hoses. And they do stuff with kids. I don't know what. Folks, we need some votes for the best commercial. Ooh, they're going to be making commercials. So I won't play it here. I don't want to stomp on them or anything because I haven't asked them if I could share that, but they're going to be making commercials. So go take a look and see what kind of shenanigans are going on. They do want shares, so I will share it out. Ha. So evidently they're going to have a commercial with kids. That's fantastic. Or scary. You be the judge. Here we go. They've got lots of seeds if you're wanting to make a garden, which I keep thinking about it and then I never do it. April showers may bring flowers. What's your favorite flower to grow? My favorite flower is a cactus. That's my favorite. I want cactuses all over the place. So they've got all kinds of tools. Here the other day, it seems like I had found a image. Maybe they don't have it now. But yeah, here we go. All the tools, all the stuff you could ever want in a small town hardware store. So, it may not be Lowe's, may not be whatchamacallit, but they've got about everything that you really need in a small town. You don't have to drive 20 miles to Ponca City. You don't have to drive all the way to Oklahoma City to avoid the zombie apocalypse. Just come to Tonkawa. Get your tools right here. Knock out the zombies with a pipe wrench. These people are open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I need probably to walk Cassie to them soon because they love them some Cassie. They love that dog. You can reach them at 580-370-9360. That number again, 580-370-9306. Tell them the Tired Blogger sent you, and they would like you would like to know why or if they have Prince Albert in a can. And if you do have him, why don't you let him out? But all right, those are my 2 paying sponsors. Ha 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 ha. Take that, YouTube. Get stuffed. I believe, though, it's been almost an hour. I am going to call it a stream. I've said about everything about Oklahoma that I really feel like saying. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow sometime because I'm off. Something about Memorial Day. I always love to do something about Memorial Day because, you know, it has always haunted me that soldiers have fought and died for us. Maybe that's the harmful YouTube stuff that, you know, oh my gosh, he talks about soldiers fighting and dying. I don't know. But there it is. Let's go back. Well, first we'll go to the soft prone music. Without soft prone music. Thank you very much, John Ponterera. Thank you for your links, your knowledge of music, your prayers, kindness, and advice. Wonderful human being here. Also, one of my paid Patreon members. If I was really smart, I would get one of those spiffy things that scroll by, and I'd have all 3 of you on there. Accounting Sheep, one of my non-paying members, but is still a wonderful human being. I should have that. The 3 paid members, and then I don't even remember how many, but the 5 or 6 or 7 that are not. Thing like Troy Pacelli has. Accounting Sheep, back to the... please check out this gentleman. He's got a wonderful channel with the spiffy parody songs. He's like Weird Al, if Weird Al had the head of a goat or a ram, whatever it's supposed to be. Sci-Fi Mommy, thank you very much for coming aboard and for your kind comments. She has some wonderful watch parties, some wonderful commentary, the Galactic Cafe, Orville watch parties, the dumb laws of the day, the great quotes of the day. Please check out Sci-Fi Mombi. She's good people. She's got a bunch of ways to support her if you feel so inclined. And like I say, they're good people. So your money's not going to go to stupid crap. It's going to go either probably to the channel or maybe to something to, you know, make life better. I don't know. But check her out. TJ Play Nights, another wonderful human being here. Thank you very much for your presence and kindness. PvP, he rolls out that content now and then. He's got that painting up there, and it's just awesome. And he is from Canada. He's let me know quite a bit. I've learned more about Canadian history and politics since I've come across him than I ever thought I even wanted to know, but it's actually been pretty cool. Check out this wonderful human being. He often is on panels with Gorillas, Censored Thoughts, Mikey Susie 4, other wonderful people. So, I love wonderful people. Suzanne, who I think I've scared away by talking about her Star Trek uniform. Anyway, thank you for showing up and for the kind comment. Meet you all the way, Susanna, yeah. Maybe that's what scared her away. Oh my God, he's singing about me. Ah! Gorilla Censor Thoughts. YouTube censored him again. So there it is. Please check out this wonderful gentleman too. He is the creator of my theme song, which I gotta admit, even though it's a little self-aggrandizing of me, I think my intro is pretty spiffy cool. He is the reason it is pretty spiffy cool. So check him out. He's got watch parties. He's got the cigar lounge, the occasional commentary, a watch night for on election nights and stuff. Really good people. And he's a gorilla. So, you know, him and Grodd, they're really tight. They're just like that. Who else have I got? I've got people in the chat. Stream Elements, beep, beep. D. Penzak, hail and woman, thank you for showing up and for the kind comment. You have been around almost since the first time I started doing this crazy streaming stuff. I hope you are doing well. Doobie 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 doo. Scooby 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 Doo. Words and pictures. Gentleman that I met in Mr. Londell's community. I hope he's doing okay. I have not heard much from him in a long time. But thank you for the showing up and for the kind comments and also for the very valid question. Japanese zombies, Romero zombies, voodoo zombies. Maybe they're zombies created by Bela Lugosi. Maybe they're just rednecks from Deliverance. I don't know. But a dang, 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 dang. Yeah, I'm afraid that, when I was a small kid, I would have thought somebody telling me I had a pretty mouth was a compliment. Now it just scares the absolute crap out of me. Thank you, Deliverance. Thank you. Oh, hey! I'm sorry if I missed you. The man whose name cannot be pronounced. Because I don't speak senior moment. I do know this language. I mean, I don't know it, but I know which one it is, and it's not coming to my head because of the senior moment. But, wonderful person here. Thank you for being here. The asteroid is taking forever. No leader has the balls to push the red button, so it's up to the zombie apocalypse. I like it. Thank you for showing up and for the kind comments. I know I see you in Mrs. Dadman and Mr. Dadman Walking's communities and several others. I think I've seen you in Sci-Fi Mombies at least once or twice. So thank you for being here. Welcome. If you like the crazy crap you've been hearing, please consider subscribing to one of my channels or liking it or whatever, sharing it out. Hey, what do we got here? Pleasant Valley Picker, yes. Please sub to each other if you feel so inclined. Everybody here is wunderbar. So let's support each other. We grow together. That's what PJ says. Orville Nation, inspiration. Okay, so he's telling me how to pronounce this. I ought to, if I was smart, I'd save this. Ave, or maybe this is not how this is pronounced, but this is something else. Ave chat morituri de saluntat. I don't know what that means. It sounds like you're saying hello chat or something like that, but I'm probably oversimplifying it. And zombies have feelings, okay? Be nice to them. There's a movie. It's like a Romeo and Juliet kind of movie where the zombie guy falls in love with this girl and protects her from getting her brains eaten and stuff. So at least in that universe, the zombies actually do evolve to have feelings. All right. I haven't come up with any spiffy endings for my Voice of Northern Oklahoma, but thank you all for being here. I hope that the winds are reaping through your plains or whatever the heck. And, watch out for the weather, watch out for the zombies, take care of each other. I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Thank you and have a good day.